Wednesday. Thank you so much for tuning in and for choosing to spend some of your time with me. I'm Milagros. This is a little space I like to carve out on the interweb, sharing tips and tools, techniques, little nuggets, stories, anecdotes that can help us potentially get ourselves to new levels of healthy and happiness. And when I say help us potentially, what I mean is not all things work for all people, right? But the only way to know whether or not something is going to help or work for you is to give it the old college try. Try it out and see if it fits with you, your lifestyle, the way that you want to operate, if it brings you peace and ease and joy. If it does, go for it. If it doesn't, shift. You can either shift by finding something completely different or shift by tweaking the technique or the tool so that it better fits you and your life, right? So we're in a series right now where I'm sharing one tip a week about ways that we can increase our health and happiness. And this week, I want to talk about that picture at the beginning of this video if you didn't see it. I literally used to do this. I would like hold my nose and hold my ears when I got in water because I can't swim. I was never taught how to swim. I grew up in the Bronx. There weren't any pools for me to swim at. And it was never a priority or a necessity for me to learn how to swim. So now, as a full-grown adult, I'm taking swim lessons. And I am so proud of myself. I have zero shame, and I do not care what anybody thinks. Right next to me in the pool, when I'm in class with the other adults, the pool is divided by one of those like floaty buoy things. And there's a whole crew of small children on that side doing laps, literally lapping me. And I don't care. Because if it's something that I want, I'm going to have to be willing to start at the beginning and to do the work. So this is my nugget for you this week. My tip is do the thing you've been wanting to do. Surrender the idea that it means something's wrong with you or because you're a certain age, it should have already been done. That's somebody else's stuff that's being put on you. I realized when I signed up for this class, first of all, I know I'm not the only adult who doesn't know how to swim because there are literally other adults in the class. And at the end of my class last week, a woman who was sitting on the bench, whose daughter is in the child swim class, came over to talk to me and said, "You don't feel embarrassed that you don't know how to swim?" I said, "No." That you're taking a swim lesson. I said, "No. My life didn't provide me with many opportunities to learn how to swim, and so now I'm providing that opportunity to myself. I want to learn how to swim. I want to do this so that when I go places, I can go further than standing on the shoreline, right? I want to go swim in the deep end. I want to jump off the diving board and swim across the pool. I want to do those things, and in order for me to do those things, I have to start at the very beginning. And who's to say that I'm the wrong age to start at the beginning? Sometimes we have to go back to the very first step. So now, when I get in the water, the first thing that we learned how to do was breathe. I inhale through my mouth and exhale through my nose as I'm going underwater and blow bubbles. I never even knew that that was a thing. Nobody my whole life had ever told me that. I don't have to hold my nose in my ears. And by doing that, it just changed my whole world. I'm like, this is going to be awesome. And I have to give up this idea that I'm supposed to be at a certain point in my life. And I have to give up the idea that other people might look at me and point and stare or say whatever they're going to say. I don't care. People will always say whatever they want to say, and they're always going to judge you. And please understand that usually it's because they hold the most amount of judgment for themselves. If people criticize you, it's because they have the most amount of criticism for themselves. And they will not let you off the hook when they do not let themselves off the hook. All relationships, all interactions start with how we relate and interact with this person right here. That woman who came over and asked me if I was embarrassed, she's joining. Well, she already joined. She went to the front desk and joined, and we'll be seeing her in class next week. And then she said, I was too ashamed to admit that I didn't know how to swim because I was an adult. If we don't say the thing out loud to ourselves, to other people, and then be willing to do the work and start at the beginning, we're never going to make the changes that we want in our lives. So what is the thing for you? What is the thing for you that you're like, I want that in my life? And then where do you have to start to make that happen? And the thing, a lot of times people will say, well, I don't know how to begin. That's what Google's for, baby. Like, for real. I typed in adult swim lessons and I put in my area code and I found stuff. That's how you start. And then I went in, and when I went in, I asked all my questions. And I said to the woman, she's like, you don't seem embarrassed at all. I'm not. I'm over it. And even if I was, at least I started, right? So what is it for you? What's the thing for you that you want to do that might entail you starting at the beginning, but that will change your life and give you the life that you want. More than swimming, which is going to be awesome, is I'm learning about myself. I didn't think I could ever open my eyes underwater. I'm not even kidding when I say that. I had the hardest time. I felt like it was like acid burning my eyeballs. Now I open my eyes underwater. Like, I am capable of amazing things. And just when I thought there was something that I could not do, I proved myself wrong by showing up for myself, by committing to myself, by making a decision and following through for me, right? My daughter and I have this mantra: we do not break promises we make to ourselves. And I made a promise to myself that I was going to learn how to swim, and not just learn how to swim, but I was going to learn how to swim in a class, right? And I was going to like do it. So let's do it. What's your thing? You don't have to share something like that if you're embarrassed. No need to be embarrassed though, baby. We all have our things. But what's your thing? Where are you going to start? What are you going to do? What decision are you going to make for yourself and follow through on? That's my nugget for this week, because when you do, you're going to find new parts of yourself, and you're going to find new adventures in life, new opportunities for friendships, for growth, for opportunity, just for more opportunities, for like fun and advancement and all the good. No more of this. Right. So what's your thing? That's all I have for this week. I hope this was beneficial. If you know someone who can use it, please go ahead and share it. If you haven't already, subscribe to my channel, or don't. Do you, boo? And hit the thumbs up or the thumbs down. Yeah, let me know in the comments. What's your thing? I'll talk to you soon. I love you, and there's nothing you can do about it. Peace.